Hello and happy Valentine's Day to all of you people out there. Whether you're single or not, I am sending you my love through the magic of internet technology to you, so accept it and be grateful. What am I doing for Valentine's Day? I will be doing what most single males will be doing on Valentine's Day. But if you are lucky enough to have someone and you're doing something special for it, that's great. Don't do the classical thing though of offering to pay for the meal or whatever. I never understood that. Why is it that women are less capable of paying for a meal than a man is? Surely, in the age of 2013 we should be campaigning for gender equality. None of this chivalry bullshit. No. It's nice, it's a good token, but honestly, I believe in gender equality, so that's just how I feel. Hence why I'm single, eh? You see the logic there? No. It's gonna be fun anyways. I'll probably go out, go to a club or something, have a laugh, you know? Anyways, the point of the commentary is I am bringing you a FAL Select Fire gameplay here. Golden FAL, no less. And this was actually the first gameplay I got a nuclear medal on. Where'd that guy even come from? But the nuclear medal is, I can't even say that word. Nuclear medal is for getting 30 kills in one streak without dying with the gun only, I think. And I was pretty happy. Like, I was dead chuffed on Twitter when I got this. But other than that, yeah, it's a pretty standard gameplay, just, you know, using the FAL with grip, sentry gun, orbital VSAT, and Warthog, which is my kind of go-to killstreak setup. But the topic for today, and there is no real point to this topic, it's just kind of me generally rambling about stuff. The topic for today is going to be education. Yes, education. There's a famous quote from... My guy just destroyed us. There's a famous quote from Tony Blair, and he says something like, "My priorities, or something or other, are going to be education, education, education." Which, at the time, I thought was a bit of a weird thing to say, but the kind of thing is, like, as you get older, you kind of realize education is more and more important. You sort of start to appreciate it more. And it's kind of funny, because, like, I was always the questionably autistic kid in school who none of the teachers liked. I'd always be disruptive. You know, the kind of problem child who doesn't necessarily do badly in lessons, like they know what's going on, but they always kind of like shout out in class. They do stupid stuff, like they cover their hands in glue and then peel it all off, that kind of stuff. I was that guy, yeah, I was that guy. But the point I was trying to make was, when you're in sort of... The kind of timeline goes like this. When you first start school, you're pleased, you're happy about it, you're quite excited to get started. I remember this because my sister was in the exact same process. She is 7 years below me, so, you know, I was at a point where when she started school, I was fully aware of, you know, what was going on, and, you know, I can remember stuff. And I remember when she first started, sort of age 5-ish, she loved it. Like, school was great. All we had to do was... Well, I mean, I'd probably like it as well if I had to go in and just, you know, make pictures out of macaroni and paint my fingers and stuff, but there comes a point a couple of years later when you start to dislike school. And I'm saying this is like a generality. There's probably some people who appreciated school all the way through, which is fine. But I definitely remember disliking school for the majority of my time there. At least through, like, secondary school and stuff. And it's not that I disliked the stuff I was learning, because it's all kind of... It's like standard stuff, you know, maths, English, science, whatever. It's stuff you need to know, really, otherwise you haven't got a ghost of a chance in the workplace, but... At the time, you always kind of feel like you're sort of being forced to go there against your will, and the alternative is like, oh, I could be riding my bike in the park right now, I could be playing that new Spyro the Dragon 2 that's just come out, that kind of stuff. And obviously, as a kid, you don't necessarily realise the implications it has for kind of future life. And the cool thing is, like I said, as you get older, you sort of appreciate it all a bit more. And you realise, oh, you know, there's, you know, starving kids in Africa whose parents have both died to AIDS at the age of 2. You know, they have to walk 10 miles for water every day. They would love the chance of an education. Like in general Western society, they freely give out education because it's good for the economy as a whole. you train up your kids, you get a more productive workforce and therefore a more productive economy. So you think about all these kids who really do want an education because they know it's going to be, effective in making them be able to do more, I guess, to put it simply. Obviously you can do a lot more if you know a lot more, so knowledge is power. I mean, to quote the librarian from the Dawn of War games on PC, knowledge is power, hide it well. The hide it well has no relevance, but knowledge is power. And that's kind of the point that, they kind of strive for in the education industry. That's the point that Tony Blair was trying to make. You have education, you have power. Now, that being said, education, while it is great, while as you get older you do start to appreciate it more again, there are problems. I think there's definitely room for improvement in the education system. And like I said, there is no point to this commentary. This is just kind of my general, let's think of stuff while I'm trying to fall asleep and then try and formulate it into some kind of coherent commentary, I was kind of thinking, okay, what would I change about the education system to try and make it better? Because if you think about it, you educate your kids well enough, and they are, the workers of tomorrow. You educate them better, you're going to have a better workforce. Just think, if we had a perfectly educated workforce all around the world, just kind of imagine what kind of world we'd live in. I say perfectly educated. It's all relative, there is no perfectly educated, but you get what I'm trying to say. Like, there's definitely room for improvement. Specifically, in the UK education system, like, stuff that I would change in particular, it's just my opinion, so there's no, facts and figures to back up anything I'm saying or whatever, but firstly, a couple of subjects I would introduce. Firstly, economics. Economics would be a lesson, like, even basic level, once a week economics, like once a week, starting from the age of about 10. Economics, this is my extremely biased view just because that's what I study, but honestly, everyone can benefit from knowing a bit of economics in their life. As soon as you start to learn it, you kind of get the mentality of wanting to be productive in every facet of life, trying to minimize the costs, optimize production, that kind of stuff. But it is a mindset you get into because it kind of impacts on everything you do and think. PE and RE, physical education, religious education. Now, I am all for physical education, getting kids to do physical exercise. But surely you wouldn't want to make a kid go out and do rugby if they're like 5 stone or whatever, the kind of weight I was in sort of early school. You don't want to make a 5 stone kid try and do rugby out in the rain during the winter. That's surely detrimental to their health. But, give them a choice of sports. I mean, definitely encourage it. That's fine. But being compulsory to do a certain particular thing, I'd probably change that. Religious education. I am all for different religions. I think that everyone should, have the option to learn about religion, to, understand and appreciate the cultures of other people. It doesn't really make sense to make it compulsory, though, in my opinion. I remember learning about sort of, different aspects of Sikhism, Christianity, and I've already done the religion-based commentary if you want to go back and check on, when I did that a while ago. But one of the interesting things I learned, and this is the only thing I actively remember from RE lessons, in Sikhism there's a thing called the 5Ks. 5 things you're supposed to keep, physically about you, like your hairstyle, a specific comb, and one of them is you have to carry around a sword. Okay, so not many people probably do that, but it just makes you think, whoa, you don't want to mess with a Sikh, Just a random tangent there, but my overall point is, there are certain lessons which don't need to be compulsory. They're interesting, they're good to learn about, but don't necessarily need to be on the curriculum and could be, optional modules, that kind of stuff. I don't know, that's just kind of my thoughts on it. So let me know what you think. Let me know if there's anything you would do to sort of improve the general education system. And with that being said, I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.